Hello, and today we're starting in verse 17 of Proverbs chapter 19. He who has pity on the poor lends to the Lord, and he will pay back what he has given. God says you're gonna have poor, have pity on them. And he lends to the Lord. Now, when you have poor in your church, people go after a lot of ministries, churches just go after the poor. And here's the thing, giving money to them or giving them stuff is not always what they need. Having pity on the poor, say, how can I really change your life for the future? Going on giving them a hot dog or paying for the rent for 1 month doesn't really do anything for the rest of their life. God says when you have pity, is not to have a pity party or not to have pity to the point where, well, I'm just going to do something to make myself feel good. No, saying, hey, I actually care about their circumstance. How can I change their life fundamentally so they can go forward? Now, do they have to will they always take your advice? No. But that's what we're supposed to give out, and how to help them and stay with them. Discipleship. Hey, I'm gonna walk you through this to get you out of this. And you might say, "Well, I'm poor myself." Remember, poor is not always about money. It could be about their countenance, their disposition, their emotional feelings. There's a lot of ways to be poor, right? God even talks about blessed are the poor in spirit. That you can be poor in spirit. The different things you can have in life that you can say, well, it's not always talking about money when God says poor. There's some rich people who are poor in joy. They're poor in having good friends, having a quality of life. Even though they have everything they could ever desire, their quality of life's not great. The suicide rate among rich people is much higher than the average person. Why? Because they still haven't met their needs because they're poor in their spirit. They're poor in their emotional psyche. They're poor in heart. They're poor in love. There's so many ways you can do that, and He will pay back. He is capitalized. That's God will pay back what He has given. Now here's the thing. Well, I gave $5 to this person. I should get $5 back. That's not what God. He's saying, I will pay back in what you need. And remember, God can give you things and bless your life in ways that well beyond what you could ever imagine. God is in the business of over blessing you. Just sometimes we don't recognize it. What? God didn't fix this one, but God did A, B, C, D, E, F, and G that did the problem without having to do that. Allow God to bless you the way He wants to. Now, here's the thing: if you're truly helping a person, but you're doing it because God, I want you to bless me on the back end, you're really not helping the poor person. You're really helping yourself. God says, truly put your heart out there, be genuine, and then God will be genuine with you. You want God to be genuine with you. You really do. Because when God's genuine with you, when God's truly genuine with you, you get your socks blessed off. And God says, I'll bless you to say, well, you come to me, I'll come to you. God says, if you draw close to God, God gets close to you. You get far from God, gets far from you. If you're genuine with God, God will be genuine with you. You want God to be genuine with you. So I hope you really enjoy that word today. And I think I'm just going to stop there today. It's a short one today, but it's such a powerful verse. There's people all around us. And remember, you got to get thinking the poor is not just money. Poor, so many different ways people can be poor. And God says, can you have pity? Not saying, well, I want to do something because I feel for them, but I don't want to. I'll do something right now to make myself feel good. That's not being genuinely having pity on them. That is not helping them. Say, I really want it. I want to get involved in their lives. Now, if you get involved in their lives genuinely, then God says, I will pay you back. Now, if you get involved, I'm going to get involved in the lives of God, so you've got to help me with this over here. Now, that's not being genuine. But if you genuinely say, I'm going to take a deep dive in their lives to truly help them. Now, what if they don't respond? So they don't respond. But that's what God asked you to do, because God, He died on the cross for everybody. Not everybody responded to Jesus, right? But He was genuine on the cross. And if you genuinely dive into their lives, guess what God's going to do? He's going to genuinely dive into your life, into things you don't even know you need, and going to bless you in so many ways. It's going to blow your mind, and you're not going to realize it. It's going to be a total surprise. It's going to be so amazing. You're going to be, man, God, that is so awesome, because you weren't looking for it, because you were busy being genuine to someone else. God had the ability to come behind and do something for you that truly blew your mind to show Him how much He loves you. And remember, Jesus really does love you, and I love you, and you are absolutely awesome.